Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya
Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala 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 Jaya Jaya
Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Shri Krishnaya Vayam Shri Ramaya Vayam Shri Gauraya Vayam Gauranga Sundara Sachinayana Viramam Radha Vrajendra Tanayam Bhayarupanekam Gopala Bhatta Karuna Krita Krishna Devam Tam Radhikaramanameeshtamavishtam Gaurange Mridimasmite Madhurima Netranchale Dradhima Vakshaje Garima Tataiva Tanima Madhe Gatau Mandima Shonyam Cha Pratima Bhugo Putilima Vimbadhare Sronima Sri Radhe Hridite Rasena Jadima Dhyanestu me Gochara Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunayavatirna Kalau Samarpayato Nato Jwalarasam Subhakti Sneyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dhyuti Kadam Sandipita Sada Hidaya Kandare Spuratuva Sajinandanahu Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahi Harir Nama Harir Nama Harir Nama Eva Kevalam Kalau Nastiva 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 Gatiranyatha Chaitanyam Sumanam Manam 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 Manasam Maya Dhava 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 Madhava Sa Sa Sar 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 Saram Saram Vasaram Vaikuntha Bhavam 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 Shambhavam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavascha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Ram Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima,
Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Parima,
Ram Raghav Rakshama, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Krishna Keshav Parima, Krishna Keshav Parima, Ram Raghav Rakshama, Ram Raghav Rakshama,
श्री भगवान वाच असोचानन्वसोचस्तुं प्रत्यावादांश्च भाषते गतासून गतासूंश्च नाम शोचन् प्रहिता न त्वेवाहं न त्वं नीमे जना कृपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः। One of the most renowned speaker, दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा वक्ता, world's best speaker have started speaking to whom? To the world's best seeker. A speaker speaking to seeker. Look at the combination. World's best speaker is going to share his realization, his jnana, his param jnana to the world's best seeker. Arjun is the best seeker and Krishna is the best speaker. When he speaks, even Saraswati puts her veena aside and started listening to him carefully. Shiva leaves his samadhi, what he is going to say. Indra and all the devatas stands on the gate of heaven, Swarga, and concentrating what he speaks. Brahma stands up on his Brahmasan, Kamalasan. He has 8 ears. All are concentrated to one place, what he is going to speak. All the Samadhi Vedas, yogis, or whenever Krishna opens his mouth, Chitramimam Bhusa. Chitramimam Bhusa. 10th canto says, when he wants to speak, the whole world becomes Chitramimam Bhusa. Like a painting. If the water is flowing, stopped, stays at one place. अगर नदी की धारा एक दिशा में बह रही है, जहां कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं, वो उधर से मुड़कर कृष्ण की तरफ बहना शुरू कर। जो बह रहा है वो जम जाता है, जो जमा हुआ है वो बह पड़ता है। जो दौड़ रहा है वो ठहर जाता है, जो ठहरा हुआ है वो दौड़ना शुरू कर देता है। जो पक्षी आसमान में उड़ रहे हों, तो कृष्ण को देखकर वहीं की वहीं चित्रमिमाम जम जाता। जो योगी आंख बंद करके बैठे हैं, वो आंखें खोले। जो विषयी दुनिया की तरफ आंखें खोले बैठे हैं, कृष्ण की ध्वनि सुनकर वो आंखें बंद कर। चित्रमिमाम। Some poetry needs to be expressed in Hindi. The poetry which Hindi has, English is beautiful language. But still, something is lacking. Something is lacking. The Shringar of Sanskrit, the Shringar of Hindi, oh. Bhagavad is full of Shringar. Even Gita is full of Shringar. And we are Brajvasis. We are emotional speaker, not intellectual. We are cowherd boys. That's it. वृंदावन में गैया ये चराते घूमते हैं, हमारे पुरखे सब क्या है, हमारा ईश्वर भी वही कहते हैं, हम करेंगे। For you, supreme personality of Godhead. For us, who is he? A neighborhood. That's it. Neighborhood. Who is he? Yashoda Nandana. Just close by. Where he is? Just close by. A Vrajvasi told me a beautiful joke. Once what happened? A Vrajvasi went to Vatican City. And there was a Pope. He met Pope. And it was popular that a Pope has a telephone through which he can connect you to God. And people used to come and ask him, and he used to dial the number. And then they can talk to God as much as they want, but there was a charge per minute. It's expensive. A Vrajvasi went to Vatican City and met this Pope. He said, Vrajvasi said, I also, you will love the confidence of Vrajvasi, I'm telling you. If you ever go to Vrindavan, they don't know who is it. कौन है रे? कौन दायरी कौन निपू तो नहीं आए मरे हो? अपनी शक्ल दिखावे के टाइम बात कर रहे हो ये? They don't leave even Krishna. Who we are? ये दायरी को ये कहा कर भी आए हैं? ये वृंदावन में हमते ले भी आए हो कि हमको दे भी आए हैं? Gopis come. When Krishna took birth, opened his mouth, put the finger inside. Maria asked, what are you doing? I'm just checking, is his tongue all right? Few came, started looking at the legs. I'm just looking, is your son, isn't disabled? Is he all right? But of Brahma ko Viklang kiya hai. Look at the confidence. Huh? They just don't care. And Vrajvasi, Krishna's relatives. And we are proud to be Vrajvasi. So he went to Vatican City and said, I heard that you have a phone, special phone. I want to talk to God. He said, how much? $100 per minute. Vrajvasi said, is it? Okay, no problem. Pope dialed the number. He talked for, I don't know, for half an hour. For half an hour. Because if Vrajvasi starts speaking, there is no one who can stop them. Even God cannot stop them, I'm telling you. Look at me, I'm speaking here for 3 hours every day. Can you stop? Then $3,000 he had to pay. It's okay. Then Vrajvasi gave his visiting card. If you come to India, do meet. After some years, because Pope also never ever had a customer like him, I'm telling you. Who paid $3,000-4,000 on a phone call? He was always, you remember such people in your life? Pope. When he came to India, you remember, I have one person from India who talked to God and paid me $3,000-4,000. I really want to meet him. He called that Vrajvasi. Vrajvasi said, okay, I'll come to Gokul. I will meet you. Come here. Then Pope came to Gokul to meet him. Vrajvasi said, I also have a phone. I can make you talk to God. Pope said, really? Yeah. I can make you talk to my God. You made me talk to your God? I'll make you talk to mine. Is it? Okay. Call him. Vrajvasi took out his mobile phone. Said, talk to him. Pope, because he was also, he talked for half an hour to my God. So I need to show him now. Pope talked to God for 1 hour. So I'll talk to his God for 1 hour. After he disconnected the phone, he was expecting now he's going to ask me for at least $6,000-7,000. Yeah, okay, how much I have to pay? He said, 20 rupees. I said, that's it? Why? Brajvasi said, what you did, that was a trunk call, what I did was just a local. From there you had to call here, it was a trunk call. STD. What? Oh, sorry, ISD. ISD, international call. What I did, that was just local neighborhood, just here. So it's okay, it was a local. So beautiful. Poetry is always excellent. Kavya, kavyatmak rachana. What are these shastras? These are kavya. What is a shlok? Shlok is a poem. It's also a song. Now, the best speakers speak, the most beautiful and best speak. कृष्ण से ज्यादा सुंदर देव दुनिया में कोई नहीं। इस पूरी दुनिया में जितनी ताकत है उससे 100 गुना ज्यादा ताकत इंद्र के हाथ है। उसमें जितनी ताकत है उससे 1000 गुना ज्यादा ताकत हनुमान की हथेली है। उसमें जितनी ताकत है उससे 1,00,000 गुना ज्यादा ताकत बलराम की एक उंगली में है। उसमें जितनी ताकत है उससे 1 करोड़ गुना ज्यादा ताकत कृष्ण की एक मुस्कुराहट। You should enjoy some Hindi also. I know you all know, just taking my examination here. You all know Hindi. No, don't give me this freedom to speak in Hindi, otherwise English will disappear.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. So, the best speaker started speaking. The most beautiful speaker. Even the listener is extremely beautiful. Such a beautiful person. A seeker and a speaker. If you have a great speaker, but if you don't have a great listener, a great seeker, then still it would be a waste of time. If you have a great seeker, but if you don't have the great speaker, then again you waste it. जोड़ा होना चाहिए. अगर आने वाली गंगा है तो धारण करने वाला भी गंगाधर होना चाहिए. ये स्थिति है जी, स्थिति. Arjuna is not what Krishna is going to say. You know, it is not something which Arjuna also doesn't know at all. Ayogya Purusho Nasti. He does know. What I am going to tell you here, many things which you hear in the kathas, it is not that you don't know. Maybe stories you might don't know because you have been busy in your life. But the facts, the real definition of dharma, truth, welfare, sacrifice, tyag, these things we all know. Even if I give this mic to anybody here, anyone can speak on truth for at least half an hour. They know how to do. Ayogya Purusho Nasti, Yojakas. Krishna is trying to awaken Arjuna, not going to teach anything. When you are awake, then you see whatever is around you. But when you sleep, it is still there. You have seen it. But when you sleep, you are dreaming something and you are talking about that dream. If a child is sleeping and if he has a nightmare, a scary nightmare, he's into that nightmare, you can see sometimes he's sweating. He can speak, oh Ma, please save me. Even if he just got up and said, oh Ma, what was happening? I've seen a ghost. Ma said, no, just wake up. It was just a bad dream. Come back to the reality. Krishna is going to express about Sthita Prajna. Krishna is going to express about the sthiti of a Pandit to control. your lust, your greed, your anger. In some ways, I wouldn't say that he is also an expert like Krishna. That's why he is listener, not the speaker. Arjuna is not an ordinary personality. He is also extremely beautiful, handsome guy. When he went to Swarga, Apsara asked him. But he controlled, he said, no, yatha kunti cha matri cha. You are like mother. इस दुनिया में कोई एक पुरुष से एक सामान्य स्त्री भी कह दे, एक बार मुस्कुरा भी दे तो उसकी बुद्धि खराब हो जाती है। हंसी तो हंसी, थोड़ी हंस भी दी तो बुद्धि खराब हो गई। यार क्रश कर लेना। Here, Apsara, most beautiful lady of Swarga, not even of this planet, Apsara, asking Krishna, I want to do Bihar with you. He said, Yatha kunti chamanti. आप मेरे पिता इंद्र के साथ विहार करते हो, इसलिए मेरे लिए जैसे कुंती है और जैसे माद्री है, ऐसे आप। उर्वशी ने पूछा, मना। But today he is struggling. He knows everything, but he is struggling. You all might know Gita, but when bad phase of life comes, Guru tells you the same Gita which you already know, but when you hear it from him, that inspires you. Krishna is the most handsome personality, a speaker. Look at the couple, Nar and Narayana. Arjuna is the best speaker, Krishna is the best speaker. And the beauty of his speaking in this beautiful scripture, revolutionary scripture is, see, हर एक व्यक्ति की एक कला होती है. For example, if you have a poet, if he create a poetry, a poem, you will love it. That's his talent. That's his talent. If he tries to do something else which is not his talent, you will never like it. This is the only book where Krishna is also speaking straightforward. He never does it. He never does it. Read the whole Bhagavad. Read all his Mahabharata. He never does it. This is the only book where he is speaking straightforward. And Arjuna is loving it. We have been listening. This seeker is now surrendering unto the lotus feet of the speaker. Karpanya dosho pahritasvabhava prachhamitvam dharma sammura cheta yat shrehasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shradhumam tvam. One of the most beautiful prayer in the history. Most beautiful. Karpanya. I have understood Krishna. I have some problem. अगर एक स्त्री के कपड़े खुल भी जाएं उसके पति के सामने तो कोई बहुत बड़ा आश्चर्य नहीं हो गया. अगर तुम्हारी असलियत खुल भी जाए ईश्वर के सामने तो कोई बहुत बड़ा आश्चर्य नहीं. What we try to pretend, it is not real. What Krishna wants, just come as it is. As you are. If you are not bhakta, no problem. Come like a non-bhakta. It's okay. That is much better. But now what they do? Even if a kirtan going on, they put some peppermint on their handkerchief and oh Krishna. That's what they're trying to do. वो सब घड़ियाल के आंसू उनसे बच के रहना. As ever. If you are bhakta, excellent. If you are not bhakta, that's Still okay. Very good. No need to pretend. Arjuna is not pretending now anything. He has surrendered. Who is saying that I am kaya? I have cowardness. I am coward. Who is saying a warrior like Arjuna? एक क्षत्रिय के लिए कायर होना सबसे बड़ा पद है. Who is saying? Arjuna. A warrior like Arjuna is saying, Karpanya dosho. I have cowardness. I have understood. That's why dharma sammoha chita. I'm getting confused what I have to do. I'm stuck. What is karma? What is dharma? Should I look at these relatives? Should I kill them? Should I leave them? Should I leave the place? Dharma sammoha cheta. What is good for me? I don't know. Dharma sammoha cheta. This problem is not just with Arjuna. I would say this problem is with every living entity. Dharma sammoha cheta. This is the problem. Dharma sammoha cheta. Why? Because karpanya. They all are dharma sammoha. We don't know. One day we think we should leave everything. Next day we think, even if we will leave, where would we go? Third day we think, oh, we shouldn't leave. America is so beautiful. Where would we go in India? Road problem, traffic problem, problem with politicians, problem with law and order, problem with the people, so much this, so much that. Dharma sammoha. थोड़ी सी कथा सुनी से जोश आया. आज सुनी कल सुबह से 4 बजे उठा. दूसरे से पत्नी ने उठा, उठो सोने देना यार. और कल तो कह रहे थे 4 बजे उठा दी. बोले कथा में ये भी तो सुना था कि पुरानी बात नहीं याद करनी चाहिए. That's the starting. Gata sun. Live in present. Huh? You have heard that too? Okay. Dharma sammoha cheta. Dharma sammoha. That's the shishyaste. I'm your disciple. I'm your student. Shishyaste. Even a personality like Arjuna can't understand anything without his guru. A spiritual guru is always needed, especially in Sanatana. We have such diverse philosophy, several ways, because they are giving you the most freedom and independence. If you go to other places, this is the only way. If you read our scriptures, everything is the way. There it would say, idol worship, you are lacking. No. God is nothing. We are saying, yes, He is everything and He is nothing also. If we would say He is not nothing, then He is not everything. If I would say, no, He is not nothing, then how would you prove that He is everything? If He is everything, then He is also nothing. He is zero also and one also. Everything. If I would say He is just one, He is not zero, then He is not one also. Our scripture says, Gyan is also the way. Vairagya is also the way. Bhakti is also the way. Karma has many stairs, but you can still achieve. It may be not yoga dharma, but still, it is extremely close to impossible. Still, there is a possibility You can achieve by your good deeds, good karma. Karma has many stages and many possibilities to follow. Jnana, it is also very close to impossible because of Yuga Dharma to achieve that supreme truth through jnana. But there is still a possibility if you really follow without any kind of attraction and attachment, then you can still achieve. But Jnana also has many stairs. But yes, much lesser than karma. Karma has many stairs to achieve the truth. Jnana also has many stairs to achieve the truth, but much lesser than karma. But bhakti doesn't have any stair. It's a jump from here to there. From here to there. From Atma to Parma. It's a jump from outside to inside. It's a jump. What is upasana? Upasana means jump. थोड़ा सा सर है. मैं कहूँ डॉक्टर साहब थोड़ा सा सर को जरा सर को थोड़ा सर. अरे जी कहाँ सर? From outside to inside. थोड़ा सा और. Little bit more. From there. From mana to vivek. थोड़ा सा और थोड़ा सा. From where? From vivek to hridaya. Little bit more. Where? From hridaya to atma. Just little bit, last move, one more. From where? From atma. It's a jump. But we are talking about everything. The whole research is going, but it's not rigid. Yoga is also the way. Karma is also the way. Jnana is also the way. Everything. Become Siddh is also a way. Living in the whole material world, still there are solutions through which you can achieve Lord. Leaving everything and going to the Himalayas, that is also a way to achieve the Lord. Look at the freedom. And we say our religion is so confusing. It gives you the most freedom. Not suffocating you. They are also respecting even if you are atheist. No problem. If you don't believe in anything, it's still okay. Explanation in the Vedas of atheist is, who is astic? A person who believes in God, who is just waiting to meet Him. Who is Nastik? Who would say, first you meet and then I will believe. That's the difference. Kathopanishad says, I believe in you and I want to meet you. That is what? Astikta. So what is Nastikta? You meet me and then I will believe you. Same thing. Just the two different ways. On one side, once belief came and then meeting came. On another side, first meeting came, but that meeting, if you want to meet, you still need to wait. The same thing. Astik believed and now he is waiting to meet. What Nastik is saying, I am waiting to meet, then I will believe. We are respecting both of them. Look at the diversity. And we say it is so confusing. We have everything is God. What Vaishnav says. Impersonalism says. We have all the, even impersonalism. All the 6 different philosophies. Advaita, Dvaita Dvaita, Shuddha Dvaita, Shuddha Vishishta Dvaita, Shuddha Dvaita, and then ultimately Achinta Bheda. Just to understand these 6 philosophy, you need separate 7 days, I'm telling you. Advaita, Advaita and Advaita. Then Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya says Advaita, not Dvaita. who is saying everything Nashvar, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Shankaracharya says everything is fake. You are fake, that is fake, this is fake, this is fake. Only I am real. I am true. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. What Vaishnava says, everything is God. You are God, you are God, that is God. This is everything God is God. And who am I? I'm a sevak of Dasoham. They are saying Soham. Vaishnava is saying Dasoham. Dasoham. That is also accepted. This is also accepted. That is also Vedically proved. This is also Vedically proved. But I will tell you from the Bhashya of Shankaracharya, the one, at one moment he is saying everything is fake. Even you don't need murtis, you don't need anything. This is that is that. But on another hand, the same Shankaracharya is singing Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. In his own Bhashya, commentary on Bhagavad Gita, commentary on Upanishad, Shankaracharya himself says, I don't believe you yourself is a God, Aham Brahmasmi, but I'm also neglecting that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In his own Bhashya he says this. But people don't like to explain a lot of doctrine because of their own personal reasons. I will not go a lot into that controversy. Let's go ahead. But what I wanted to say, that look at the diversity. There's Advaita. Then Ramanujacharya says, when one Shankaracharya compared the charmness of Krishna's face, you know the redness which he has, compared with the monkey's back. Shankaracharya, then Ramanujacharya got it. He said, it is okay that everything is God, but still, Advait I believe, but Vishishtadvait. He's the first Vaishnava. Vishishtadvait, Vishishtam cha Vishishte, Tayor Advaitam, Vishishtadvaitam. You can compare the beautiful cheeks of Krishna with lotus petals, but you can't with the monkey's back. What are you doing? Whenever you compare the most beautiful things, especially the features of God, you always compare it with lotus. Why? We always compare Pundrik Aksha. Every day just before the Katha, Panditji, even in the temple, you must be doing it. Pundrik Aksha. Pundrik Aksha. Pundarik means lotus, my name. And then Aksha, Nayan, lotus-like eye. And Pundarik is especially a lotus of white color. This year, that's why it is BJP slogan, I'm telling you, they're using it in India. Pundrik Aksha. Namaha Pankajanaabhaya, Namaha Pankajamalini, Namaha Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangre. We always compare God, the beauty of Krishna, the beauty of Rama, the beauty of Sita, the beauty of Lakshmi with lotus. Why? Because lotus is not created by Brahma. In fact, lotus gave birth to Brahma. Even before Brahma, lotus came. It is a direct creation of Lord. Himself, Narayana first created lotus. Then, from the lotus, Lord Brahma had. That's why it is not prakritik, it is a prakrit. A prakrit. We consider lotus to be beyond material. That's why even Radha Madhav in Nivarta Nikunja Leela sitting on the lotus. I will not go to that rasa, deepness of the rasa. We are talking about deep. Look at the diversity. You always, that's what Arjuna is trying to say. Shishyasteham. Today, before coming here, I was looking at the second chapter. I got some opportunity. So I thought, let me see or where should I go to? And when I was looking at the verses, I myself got confused. How much should I speak today? I was thinking, okay, let me just select 3 verses and I will speak on them. Every verse was like a diamond. I said, no, I should expand it. Then when I looked at the next verse, oh, there's much more beauty in that one. When I looked at the 4th, oh, it is even much more philosophical. I said, okay, leave it. Whatever other one will want, that will happen. Let me just do whatever happens. Shishyasteham. Shishyasteham. We have such a deep diversity. And let me tell you one very frank thing. Without a spiritual master, our religion will always be confusing. It is very frank. It is always be confusing. Like the first day I was explaining, nothing would be clear. If you want to see something tiny, you need to have a microscope. Science also needs an instrument, a scale, an external machine. Without that machine, they even can't prove it. If they tells you there is atom, you will ask, show me. No, I don't want any machine. I don't want any instrument. How will they show you? With these naked eyes, we can't. We need some scope, microscope. If you want to see those planets far away, what we need? We need telescope. They're trying to prove, but they also need instrument. Scientists were declaring few years back that we have found God particle. That's the most funniest thing I will say. I laughed at it. That was the live joke for me. They used the word. I was listening to many debates on it, even here in Detroit on that day. Even I've been reading about it a lot. They just, because they wanted to grasp the attention, that's why they named it God Part. If they just launched like normally some technical name, who would notice God? Will anybody would be discussing on TV about it? The many discoveries happen. But they need to give that a cheeky title. That will be always tried to, for the marketing purpose. Or we try to bring out something good so that people feel attractive and then they come. So that's why they wanted to name it God Particle. And now what they want to prove? First they said that there's nothing like God. And now they're saying that we found God particle. Two very diverse situations. They also wanted to look for an instrument through which they can see God. The second chapter of this Gita is Sankhya Yoga. We have whole scripture of Sankhya. Sankhya is a yoga. What is Sankhya? I was explaining that day to Maniji also. What is Sankhya? It is science. The biggest mistake in the history is when we translated the word science in Hindi as Vigyan. What my research says, and I have confirmed it with few scholars. That is the biggest mistake. The translation and the meaning of science can't be Vigyan. It has to be Sankhya. Sanskrit is the mother of all the languages. From the Sanskrit word matri, English word came mother. From the Sanskrit word bhatri, English word came brother. All the counting are Indians. They just translated it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ekam, Dutiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi. They are Sanskrit. First Sanskrit, then they translate it. Similarly, from the word Sankhya, the word science came. These are three very different approaches. Understand this, the title of this chapter first. Three very different factors. The first is Gyan. Gyan is very different than Vigyan. And Vigyan is very different from Sankhya. But now that's why everything becomes ununderstandable, because we try to connect science with Vigyan. You cannot combine them. The chemical reaction will not happen. You cannot combine. पानी और आग नहीं जुड़ सकते, जुड़ ही नहीं सकते. But you will be successful if you try to combine science with science. I would say that the whole English doesn't have any word which will suit Vigyan. Vigyan is a very, very different factor. Vishishta Gyan. Visheshena Gyanam iti Vigyan. Vishishta Gyan. For example, I am thirsty. I know what will satisfy me. Water. This knowing factor is known as Gyan. I am thirsty, the water will satisfy. What is this? I can first, even before drinking water, I have imagined in my head water and I am drinking. Instruction came. Even before instruction, because of my experiences, because what I have understood and learned from the whole human civilization, or it is my natural behavior, I am thirsty and I want water. That was something which I have learned from everyone. A small child doesn't know what is water. If a child takes birth, if he is thirsty, if a small child is thirsty, he will just cry. We train them, we know that we need to give him water. And that's now, they became habitual. We train them with this Gyan with their experiences. Child doesn't know. If they are thirsty, they will just cry. I will tell you, they even don't know what does thirst means. What does hunger means. They just feel something is irritating them. They just cry. We understand, oh yeah, they are hungry or they are thirsty, and then we give them milk or water or whatever. If you feel thirsty, what you will imagine first water. You will run to the water because of your experience, because what everybody have taught you, because what you have seen. That factor is known as Gyan. If you see water, that outside this hall, this temple has a facility of water. We are not conscious about it, but as we feel thirsty, somewhere unconsciously it is already planned inside that we will go outside, take the glass, fill the glass with water, and I will drink it. If you know that the facility of the water would be outside this hall, you will start feeling satisfaction at that time. For example, if you don't know, and if you know that there is no facility of water in this temple, you will be more restless. This whole first step is known as Gyan. We know about God. Okay, Gita is explaining, this should be like this, that should be like this, we are waiting, these are the processes. That step, this explanation is by Vishwanath Chakravarti on Bhagavatam commentary. When a verse says, Jnana Vijnana Sanyuktam, second step. Now, you went out of the hall, filled your glass with water, and you are drinking. You felt satisfaction. Your outer sense, your indriyas have experienced that water now. felt satisfied. Now you don't want water. That second step is known as Vijnana. Now third thing, when you want to see that why this water gave me satisfaction, what it contained, what I was lacking in my body, so I want water. Why I need to consume hydrogen and oxygen, and that will satisfy me. This study is known as Sankhya or science. Just understand it very clearly. What we try to do, the modern word for the Sankhya is science. And if you read Sankhya Shastra, you will find many explanations with what now the modern scientists are trying to bring. There's explanations of Anu. Anu, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan. This sutra is from Sankhya. Anu, Aniyan. First they said, there's nothing. I'm not expert of science. Maybe Dr. Ram can tell you more about it. Or others, there are many other doctors sitting here. Whatever I have understood. Anu, Aniyan. After so long they declare that atom is the smallest thing. Then they come out, no, atom also have partitions. Protons, electrons, and neutrons. 5,000 years back, Sankhya already declared the same thing. Anu, Aniyan. There are 7 parts of Anu also. Anu, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan. And then when several sectors of parts of Anu combine together, then they make a Anu. And when then many Anu combine together, they make Mahiyan. Anu, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan. This is a Sankhya Sutra. Several sutras like this. Ati durat, ati samipyat, indriyo ghatat, mano anavasthanat, vyavadhanat, abhibhavat, samanat, bharat, cha. Kapila Sutra of Sankhya Yoga. Several explanations are like. How Sankhya is combining our mythology, so-called mythology. I don't like this word, but in English I don't have any other word. This electron means minus. This proton means plus, creative. Minus, pralayatma, negative. And then neutrons. Neutrons means neutral. If you add protons to it, it will become proton. If you add electrons to it, it will become electron. We have Trinity. Brahma, proton, creative energy. Brahma never killed anybody. He just he's doing his creation. Electron, Rudra, Shiva, Pralayankara Deva, Mrityunjaya Deva. Neutron, Vishnu. He's neutral. He's creating also, he's killing also. That's why all the incarnations are of Vishnu. Vishnu is creating, doing several avatars. That is proton. That is neutron. The Trinity is there. You can play with it as much as you want. As much as you want. We say everything exists in space. Shastra says everything. Bhagavan Shesh is holy. This is just a language difference, Swarupa difference. With this mind we cannot understand the intensity of Shesha. But if I say in English, then I can say there is a space you can sit here. In Sanskrit or in Hindi I would say, yahan jagah shesh hai aap baith sakte. The word shesh and space are same. They are same. Sankhya has his own instrument to prove Vijnana and Jnana. And science has its own instrument to prove Jnana and Vijnana. What the mistake nowadays everybody does is they want to prove the previous Jnana and Vijnana with the modern instruments. If you able to understand the previous instrument, what was the previous Sankhya? According to previous Sankhya, you don't need a machine. You need qualifications, siddhis. That is also a process. There was no yantra, but there were mantra. If you do certain mantra, then you will be qualified to attain that. For example, Sanjay is blessed by Divya Chakshu, and Sanjay can watch the live broadcast of Mahabharata and explaining to Dhritarashtra. All the Duryodhana and his 100 brothers, they all were test tube babies. If you read Mahabharata, they all were test tube babies. Gandhari gave birth just to a pind, and Vyasadeva reserved all those pind into different 100 mud pots. Whenever Vyasadeva used to open the cap of the mud pot which contained Duryodhan, उसमें से गधे की आवाज आती थी। सच्ची महाभारत के जैसे गधा हो ढैंचू ढैंचू करता है, ऐसे वो गधा हो। That's why he named him Duryodhan, दुष्ट योधन. But whenever Gandhari used to call him, he used to call Suyodhana. But he was actually Duryodhana. Look at this Vigyan. You need qualifications, or I would say strength, inner strength to achieve those things. That's why they were controllable. What the modern science did, they made outer machines. When Sanjay got the qualification to see the live broadcast of what is happening, then he had his own wisdom and decision. He can decide what he wants to see. But now when we have TV, we are dependent. We have to see what they want to show. This is a difference. What they want to show, they are showing. Even if you go to internet, of course, we think what we want to see, we can see. But still, somebody is showing their things. You still are some ways limited. Some ways you are limited. What they still want to show, that what you can see. If you want to read about me on the internet, what I have showed through my people, that only you can see. If you want to read about somebody on Wikipedia, so what those people have written about somebody, that's what you can read. That's it. Still limited size. That's the biggest problem. This is a Sankhya, which will give you yantra, but an inner yantra, the outside. Gita says, yantra ruhani maya. The vehicle of Maya is instrument. यंत्र. सबसे पहले एक जमाना था जब पूरी दुनिया काम करती थी मंत्र के ऊपर. फिर एक जमाना आया जब दुनिया काम करती थी तंत्र के ऊपर. फिर एक जमाना आया जब दुनिया काम करती थी यंत्र के ऊपर. अब दुनिया काम करती है षड्यंत्र के. तो यही होता है. So very interesting. We can expand it as much as we want. There are several proofs about it, but we need to go ahead. I'm still, see, I told you, I thought I would cover whole second chapter today. It's not in my hand, I'm telling you. ज्यादा बोलने वाला हूं ना तो छोटे में निपटते नहीं मामला. And I'm not in a hurry that I have to finish something. I'll tell you, even if I would have finished the whole 700 verses, still, so many things, पूरी नहीं हो सकती. Still, we cannot complete them. People are speaking on this Gita from last 5,000 years, but they still can't finish it. So who the hell I am to finish it? I know, sometimes I use bit youthful words, because I learned that. One day I used bloody, so I'm sorry about that. But what I've learned in my school, colleges, they used to, so I'm not used to of it, but sometimes the emotions, it just comes. And then the hell things. Now, in America, they go even more deeper into these words. I wouldn't go that much. So, as I was explaining, even to experiencing these things which you can't see through these naked eyes and which science is reflecting, you need instruments. For tiny things, microscope. To huge things but which are locating far away, telescope. Similarly, to experience and to understand this scripture, experiencing and understanding and meeting and enjoying the bliss of God, you also need a scope which is known as a guru scope. Guru scope. Krishna had to give Arjuna Divyam Dadami Chechi. I'll give you this Divya Chakshu, then only you can see my most elevated Virat Swarup. Arjuna is saying, yes, he knows, he has studied from Dronacharya. He said, today you are my Guru. Shishyasteham Shadiman Praptapati. He's kind. You are my Guru. Those who are the lover of Gitas, they should by heart this verse. One of the most beautiful verses of Bhagavad. I've learned this verse when I was 4 years old and 10. वो बच्चे की तोतली आवाज में करता था, but my teacher taught me. First thing I learned that was yasya smaranamatreena janma sansara bandhanat mucchayate namastasmai vishnave prabha vishnave. Then when I was very small, I can't remember how old I was, then my father taught me this verse. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatak Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. That's why I use it with my invocation. And then from Bhagavad, I learned this Janma Dyasyatun Vayajitaratascha Vigyaswarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikabai Muhiyanti Yat Suraya Tejovar Hridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Sargom Masha Dhamna Svena Sadangastakwakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. This is one of the longest verse of Bhagavad, the first one. And I remember when I by-hearted it, when one day my teacher came, I was very small, and he came just for 1 hour, and I by-hearted the first 3 verses, and he gave me some almonds. He gifted me with some almonds. Whenever I used to learn any verse, he used to give me sometimes chocolate, sometimes almond. And I thought, oh, my teacher is very rich. Huh? He gives me gifts every day. Then later on I realized that my father used to give him some money to buy these things. But that was his style. I used to get happy when he used to give me the chocolate and sometimes chips or sometimes something, whatever. Sometimes almonds. And that's why I learned many verses. Many learned. But that doesn't mean that I left my modern education. I'm still studying. Studied in very good schools and colleges. That's why I'm sitting here. That's the blessings of my mother and father, my grandfather. How they trained. Everything is possible. But we just need to decide. Make your kids as modern, as educated as you want. But it doesn't mean that they shouldn't be cultured. They should know all the Einstein, Darwin's theories, but also at least 10, 12 verses of Gita. I would say I'm trying to work on it. We should, at least everybody, whoever is Sanatan Dharmi, at least they should know main important 108 verses. Some from Gita, some from Manas, few from Bhagavatam, few from Chaitanya Charitamrita, just one mantra from all the Vedas, one mantra from the 10 Upanishads. I'm trying to work out a little bit. So at least you have pravesh, entry to all the Shastras. At least. And if the Shrota, listeners, will become qualified, speaker will definitely have to become qualified. If I make any mistake with any of the verses, can you stop me? Many might don't know what he's speaking about. But whenever you go to invite any speaker, in the invitation, just essay, but just say 2-3 verses. I'm giving a very beautiful trick. If you go to invite any speaker, just say 2 or 3 verses. Then he would be careful before coming. He would at least learn the whole Gita and then come. He would think, oh yeah, my listener is very qualified. He knows everything. If the seeker is good, then the speaker has to be good. Shishyaste ham shadimam tvam prapannam. I'm offering myself to you. That's the best thing. हम अपने से अलग भगवान को देते हैं, इसलिए भगवान अपने से अलग हमें लौटा देते हैं। जिस दिन तुम भगवान को अपने आप को दे दोगे, उस दिन भगवान अपने आप को तुम्हें। हम अभी अपने से अलग दे रहे, 10 रुपया दे दिया तो भगवान ने 1000 करके लौटा दिया। एक नारियल दे दिया तो कुछ जीवन में कर्मों के फल वापस लौटा दिया। पर जिस दिन तुमने अपने आप को दे दिया, वो अपने आप को दे दिया। अर्जुन ने आज अपने आप को दे दिया। शिष्यस्ते हम श्राद्धम। The best speakers start speaking. असोचानन्द सोचस्तम प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाससे गतासो न गतासोश्च नान सोचन्ति पंडिता। अरे ये असोचियों के ऊपर शोक काय को करता है, ऐसों के ऊपर शोक करता है, तो इनके ऊपर दुख व्यक्त करता है, असोचनीयों के ऊपर शोक व्यक्त करता है। असोचानन्द सोचस्तम प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाससे। बातें तो बड़ी बड़ी पंडितों की तरह कर रहा है। You're speaking like scholars. He's a scholar. What you were telling me in last many verses, that all is the essence of Vedas and Upanishads. All the Smritis, that is the essence of all the Shastras. You were speaking like a pandit, but your behavior was not like a pandit. You were speaking like a pandit, but your acharan was not like a pandit. By hearting verses of Gita is one issue. Practicing few verses of Gita is the achievement. Raman used to know many Veda mantras, but he didn't know how to practice them. Even if you don't know verses, that's okay. Now this is my second stage. But if you know how to follow those verses, that's the achievement. You are talking like a pandit, but your appearance is not like a pandit. How you presenting, how you are crying. Is that what pandit does? Pandit means, nowadays pandit became a taunting word. But be very careful, I'm telling you. Panda means buddhi. Pandit means buddhiman. Who is a pandit? Pandit, I heard that it's an English word also. But they changed it with pundit, P-U-N-D-I-T. P-A-N-D-I-T and P-U-N-D-I-T. Pundit. An expert. पंडित मतलब बुद्धिमान। पंडित बस उसे नहीं कहते जो धोती बांध लिया या कुर्ता पहन लिया या थोड़ा सा तिलक लगा लिया। पंडित का कपड़े खरीदने में आपको $100 भी खर्चा नहीं है, पर असली पंडित बनने में 100 जन्म भी छोड़ने पड़े। He's not just the one who just do shraddha karmas. He's not just the one who do all this dana karmas, punya karmas. A person who is buddhiman, a person who has wisdom. Gata suna gata suscha, nanu sochanti pandita. A scholar doesn't care what has happened. He's not affected by the past. He is not scared with the future. Listen. वर्तमान में जो स्थित है वो बुद्धिमान। हम भूत की योजना, भूत के विचार में, भविष्य की योजना में अपने वर्तमान को नष्ट कर देते। एक पति दफ्तर से आए, पत्नी ने बड़ा सुंदर भोजन बनाया, भोजन थाल रखा, पति ने एक गस्सा मुंह में रखा, उठा के थाली फेंकी। इतना नमक, इतना मसाला, घर में दिन भर बैठी रहती है तो उससे खाना भी अच्छा नहीं बनता। पत्नी ने सॉरी बोल दिया, वो भी भारतीय थी तो सॉरी बोल दिया। आजकल होती तो दूसरे दिन ही डिवोर्स की अर्जी लगा देती, यहाँ तो वैसे भी इजी है। भारतीय थी तो उसने सॉरी भी बोल दिया, चलो कोई नहीं, कल से कर लो। नेक्स्ट डे अगेन केम आफ्टर ऑफिस, पिछली बार की तरह फिर से उसने थाली लगाई, फिर से गस्सा मुंह में रखा, फिर उठा के थाली। आज पत्नी बोली आज बहुत अच्छा था, आपसे पहले मैंने पिताजी को खिला दिया, माताजी को खिला दिया, देवर को खिला दिया, वो सब कितनी तारीफ कर रहे थे, क्या बात है खाने की, मजा आ गया, कितना सरस छे, मजा આવી ગયો, કેટલી મજા આવી ગયો, બધા મજા આવી ગયો, कितना बढ़िया है। आज आपने थाली क्यों फेंकी? पति बोला आज तो भोजन स्वादिष्ट था, पर मैंने इसलिए फेंकी, मैं तुझसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं तूने कल ऐसा क्यों नहीं बनाया? कल ऐसा क्यों नहीं बनाया? पत्नी ने अपना माथा पीट लिया, कल के चक्कर में आज रखी थाली को पुराने विचार में वर्तमान के रस्ते में विहीन, गता सून गता सूच नानु सूचन, always sitting thinking why that happened, why that happened, why that happened. On one joke we cannot laugh more than 3 times. I'm telling you. But on a sad incident, we can cry for whole life.
That's right.
What is? For example, if I just say one joke, there was one said ji Chhagan Lal की शादी हुई, पत्नी उनकी थोड़ी सी ग्रामीण थी और समझती अपने आप को छगन लाल की भी माता जी थी। छगनलाल पढ़ा लिखा अंग्रेजी आदमी, पत्नी अपने आप को अंग्रेजों की भी मैया समझती थी। एक दिन छगनलाल ने कहा बता सीनियर और जूनियर में फर्क क्या होता है? पत्नी ने अपनी बुद्धि लगाई, बोली जो समुद्र के किनारे वो सीनियर, जो चिड़ियाघर के पास वो जूनियर, सीनियर जूनियर। सीनियर जूनियर। If I will say the same joke again, छगनलाल ने अपनी पत्नी से पूछा कि सीनियर और जूनियर में क्या फर्क है? वो बोली चिड़ियाघर के पास वो जूनियर, जो समुद्र के पास वो सीनियर। Now if I again repeat the same joke, छगनलाल ने अपनी पत्नी से पूछा सीनियर जूनियर में क्या फर्क होता है? मुझे समुद्र के पास वो सीनियर, जो चिड़ियाघर के पास वो जूनियर। If I will again repeat, तो आप ये हंसोगे, लगता है महाराज की सीढ़ी अटक गई। First time when I said everybody laughed. Second time when I said just 5-6 माता जी। Third time when I said everybody was looking. Oh, we know. Please go ahead. Look at it. On something funny, on something which can give us smile, we can't smile for more than 2 or 3 times. यार जब हंसने की बात पर आप 3 बार के बाद नहीं हंस सकते, तो रोने की बात पर जिंदगी भर क्यों रोते? रोने की बात पर 70 साल की बात भी आती है। एक बूढ़ी महिला रो रही थी, मैंने पूछा तू क्यों रो रही है? तेरे घर में थी? बेटा कैसा? अश्विनी कुमार। अच्छा बहू? बोले बेटी। पति, अरे परमेश्वर, क्या मन में प्रार्थना करियो कब परमेश्वर को प्यार आऊंगा। परमेश्वर, फिर रोका करेंगे। बोले महाराज जी बड़ी पुरानी बात याद लगी, 60 साल पुरानी। अच्छा क्या हुआ? बोले जब मैं ब्याह के इस घर में आई थी ना, मेरी सास ने मुझसे चाय क्यों नहीं पूछी। Just because of one chai, she is crying from next for last 60 years. मैं फेंक नहीं रहा हूँ, रियलिटी बता रहा हूँ। ऐसी कोई होगी क्या दुनिया में? मेरे साथ चलो, आपको ऐसे ऐसे आइटम दिखाऊंगा, आपको मजा आ जाए। लाइफ जोक्स। That's what happened with असोचानंद सोचस्थुम प्रज्ञा मादर्श भाससे गता सोन गता सोच नाम सोचन्ति पर। एक पति पत्नी बैठे लड़ रहे थे, बड़ी तेज, दूर दूर तक आवाज जा रही। पति कह रहा डॉक्टर बनेगा, पत्नी कह रही नहीं नहीं वकील बनेगा। फिर नहीं डॉक्टर बनेगा, वकील बनेगा। 9 बजे से रात का 2 बज गया। कुछ पड़ोसियों के जब कानों में दर्द हुआ तो वो आए, आसपास के नजदीकी भारत या अमेरिका वाले होते तो 911 घुमाते। भारत था तो आ गए जरा वापस। भैया क्या बात है, 2 बज गया, तुम लड़े जा रहे हो, क्या बात है? वकील बनेगा, डॉक्टर बनेगा, चलो हम आपकी सहायता करते हैं। ये बताओ अभी तुम्हारा बच्चा कर क्या रहा है? बोले कर क्या रहा है? अभी तो उसके पेट में भी नहीं आया। She is even not pregnant. She will get pregnant, then she will give birth, then he will study, and then he will see. यार पूरी रात मेरी और अपनी खराब कर दी, अभी प्रेग्नेंट भी नहीं। गता सोच नाम सोचन्ति गता सोच नाम सोचन्ति। बुद्धिमान उसे नहीं कहते जो संस्कृत, हिंदी और अंग्रेजी बोल ले। हम आज के जमाने में एजुकेशन को भाषा से नापते। इफ यू नो English, that means you're very educated. If you know Sanskrit, then you are highly educated. It doesn't mean. Before, everybody, Kashmir ki national language used to be Sanskrit. Kashmir ki jo state language thi, that was Sanskrit. In Kashi, that is small kids, they used to speak in Sanskrit. There was one king, Maharaj Shudrak. Shudrak has a parrot, and that parrot used to talk in Sanskrit. Many Sanskrit scholars used to be afraid of that parrot. Whenever they come and say something, he is very intelligent parrot. He used to pick their mistakes and say, Ashuddham kim vaktavyam. Ashuddham. You're making mistake. They used to feel so insulted that, look at it, a parrot stopped us. Huh? So they used to come to meet this Raja when this parrot used to sleep. First they ask, is that parrot sleeping? Then they say, okay Maharaj, look at it. Ashuddham kim vaktam. It's not the language, it's the character. It's the acharan. How much we are practicing, even if we are speaking something, how much love we have. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Sri Rangam, he used to go for the darshan of Ranganath every day. There were many South Indian Brahmins who used to sing Samaveda, Rigaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharveda in the temple courtyard. Mahaprabhu, who used to be a renowned scholar, as popularly known as Nimai Pundrik, when Mahaprabhu used to go to the temple, even Brahmins used to get so excited, and they start chanting the Veda mantras in even more melody, in even more louder to inspire Mahaprabhu. एक सिंगर के सामने सिंगर बैठा दो तो वो अपने आप ही नई नई राग निकाल लेता। But then Mahaprabhu used to cross them and used to sit with this Brahman who even don't know how to hold Gita. Ulti Gita pakadta tha. And he used to say Vishnave Nama, Vishnave Nama. Even didn't know how to say Vishnave Nama. Vishnave Nama. But Mahaprabhu used to sit with him and say, Jai ho, va, 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 Jai ho, Jai ho. All the Brahmins once they talked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asked, you are such a renowned scholar, and you know, this fellow even don't know how to say Vishnave Nama, and you enjoys. You sit with him, and even you insult and neglect us who have given their life to learn Vedas. Mahaprabhu said, okay, wait for a minute, let me ask you. Mahaprabhu said, hey Brahman, you know Gita? He said, no. Then what do you do? Even you don't know how to hold Gita, what do you do with it? He said, Maharaj, you know Mahaprabhu, whenever I hold this book, I feel so emotional. I can visualize that Krishna is standing in between Kauravas and Pandavas. Arjuna is in front of him. Arjuna is crying. And Krishna is speaking. Sometimes he is getting angry. Sometimes he is very loving. Sometimes he is smiling. Sometimes he is so serious. His beautiful curly hairs, sometimes because of the breeze coming on his forehead. His pitambar is moving slowly. I'm just loving that. Mahaprabhu ने कहा, तुम लोगों ने गीता पढ़ी, इसने गीता का उद्देश्य था. गीता का उद्देश्य था. ये जीवन की स्थिति है. असोचा नन्व सोचस्तुम प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे. अरे इस व्यर्थ की चीज पे क्या शोक करता है? किस पर शोक कर रहा है? ब्यूटिफुल से असोचानंद सोचस्त. एक का पिता घर में मर रहा है, कोई देखने को तैयार है. ये देश ऐसा है, पिता मर जाए तो हॉस्पिटलों में देखने नहीं जाता. बिल्ली मर जाए तो 15-15 दिन तक शोक करता है. कुत्ता मर जाए तो कंडोलेंसेस में करोड़ों रुपए खर्च कर देता है. और पिता मर रहा है तो कोई देखने को तैयार है. असोचानंद सोचस्त. किस पर शोक करो और किस पर न करो? किस पर शोक किया और किस पर नहीं किया? आदमी किस किस बात पर शोक कर रहा है? जस्ट लुक एट इट, व्हाट कृष्णा वांट्स टू से. किस किस बात पर दुखी? On just the useless things we are wasting our days and crying. Just because of one watch, just because of one shirt. We get disappointed. We feel sad for the whole day. Even a string of our purse gets spoiled. If just the glass of your watch breaks, if one button of your mobile phone isn't working, you feel sad. Look at it. Look at our condition. Just if one shirt, just one kurta, just one dhoti, just because of one pen, just because of one car. Krishna is saying, asoccha nanda sochasto. किस बात पर शोक करना? इन चीजों के ऊपर. ऐसी एक छोटी सी चीज के ऊपर तूने पूरा दिन बर्बाद कर लिया. अपने 3-3, 5-5 दिन बर्बाद कर लिया. किसी जीव के प्रति दया हो तो समझ में भी आए. एक नश्वर चीज से मोहाकृत होकर के व्यक्ति ने कितना बड़ा समय बर्बाद. Just because of one tiny thing. We should be conscious. Nan sochanti pandita. That's what Krishna is saying. तू किस बात पर शोक कर रहा है? बातें पंडितों जैसी कर रहा है, पर शोक किस पर कर रहा है? असोचा नन्व सोचस्तम प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाससे गतासून आगतासूश्च नान सोचन्ति पंडिता. एक स्कॉलर इन व्यर्थ की बातों पर विचार नहीं करता, बल्कि उससे आगे बढ़ता. भूत को लेकर परेशान नहीं होता और भविष्य की योजनाओं में चिंतित नहीं रहता, बल्कि अपने वर्तमान को सुंदर बनाता. If you can hold this present, then you can hold your whole life. If you can work now then you can work for whole life. What you have now, that is yours. You think that will be mine or that was mine. Something which was yours, it's a history. That will be mine, that's just a speculation or expectation. That is just a guess. But this is mine. This is the surety. This is the life. This is something which you really have. Where you are now, you all are listening to Gita. If you just stick to it, you will achieve. But few are just sitting and they're not enjoying because they are just sad with something which was happened. Or few are just sad because they are worried that we again having a weak day today. But those who just forget, what I had, that's okay. What I will have, we will see. It's a beautiful time which we have spent. If I stuck here on the stage with something which was happened, or if I will be worried here with something which is going to happen, will I be able to speak? Will I be able to enlighten you? Leave about enlightenment. Will I be able to even entertain you? Nothing will be possible. I need to stick with now, and you all need to stick with now. There's one Italian philosopher, Somerset Maugham, he said very beautifully, दुनिया का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण व्यक्ति कौन सा है जो तुम्हारे सामने बैठा है, और दुनिया का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण समय कौन सा है जो चल रहा है. Now is the most important. He said beautifully. गता सुन गता सुन. जो चले गए हैं उनके शोक में जीवन बर्बाद मत करो. जो चले जाएंगे उस चिंता में अपने जीवन को बर्बाद मत करो. इस जीवन बहुत कीमती है और इस समय को जीते हुए अपने जीवन को सुंदर. Look at the beautiful style. Just a straight hit. Krishna is the best speaker. नत्वे वाहं जातुनास्तं नत्तुम नियमे जनाधिप न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः. ऐसा कोई समय न था जब तू न था, मैं न था. जब ये भी न थे, ऐसा कोई समय न होगा जब मैं न होगा, तू न होगा, ये समय न है. ये सब नहीं. This is the chapter, this is the only scripture where a Paramatma is glorifying Atma. This is the only scripture. You can see uncountable books where you can see a soul is talking about Supreme Soul. Ordinary is glorifying Supreme. A soul is talking about Supreme Soul. But this is such an extraordinary scripture, revolutionary scripture, where a Paramatma is talking about Atma. It's going to speak. मेरी तेरी जोड़ी सदैव थी, कभी ऐसा समय न था जब मैं न था और तू न था. इसलिए है, you were something, that's why you are something. You were something, that's why you are something. You are something, that's why you will be something. What you were, you can understand it with what you are. If you are something, that is reflecting you, who and how you were. And how you are now, that will decide how you will be. But you will be something always. You will be something. In this material world or in that spiritual. You need to be something. That is Dvaitava. If you will say you will be nothing, that is not the Gita's philosophy. That is not the Gita's philosophy. The drop will merge into the ocean and then drop will finish. That is not what Gita wants to say. Even if you are merging into the ocean, still the drop would be there. It would be there. And then drop will serve the ocean. Drop will increase something into the ocean. Or drop will be glorified to be associated with the ocean. It is with the ocean. That's why even the heat of the sun can't convert that drop into the vapor. If the drop will not be in the ocean, then just in half an hour, that drop will be vapor dissipated. But if that drop will be with ocean, then even sun doesn't have that capability to disappear that drop. But it is not merging into the ocean. That is not what Gita wants to say. If that is something, then Krishna can't say this verse. Nachaivam na bhavisyamas sarve vayamata param. He is saying that we were always there and we will always be there. I am here also and I am in that spiritual world also. Now, your now will decide you will be something. But here, then you are a bucket of fallen soul. There, then you achieve soul. You're still seeking for some seva. What is your residence? In that Nikunja Leela Parikrama, into that transcendental spiritual world, you can become a small personality under your manjari. Now this would be this subject will convert into the rasabhav, I'm telling you. Not rasabhas, rasabhav. What is your residence? What is the goal of all the spiritual practice? In our Gaudiya Sampradaya, there is a beautiful poem by Narottam Das Thakur. What I actually want to do with everything, what I'm doing, why I am listening, why I am chanting, why I am meditating, why I am trying to follow these spiritual practices. What is the goal of it? A drop wants to merge into the ocean? So tasteless. Even if it's merged, then there will be nothing like drop. Then this Gita Sutra, you cannot apply this Gita Sutra. Nachaivam na bhavishyamah sarve vayamata param. Narottam Das Thakur beautifully saying, beautiful part. Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishore. Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishore. Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mor. Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mor. Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambira Bana Ratana Vidira Upar Vasago Dujan Shama Gauri Ange Diva Chandanira Gandha Chamara Dulavo Kave Heriva Kachandra Gathiya Mala Tir Mala Dihudu Haragaji Adhara Turiya Divo Karpura Tambuli Lalita Vishakha Adi Jata Sakhi Vrinda Agyaya Karivo Seva Charanaravinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasera Nudasa सेवा अभिलाषा करे नरोत्तम दास राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा युगल किशोर. This is one of my most favorite prayer. When I am in my most intimate and intense mood, this is something which comes. When I was just recently getting married, and after our marriage, people generally exchange the rings. Then I asked my wife, even she by-hearted it. One line in our program, and one line I was singing, another line she was singing, and that this prayer was our ring. That would be, we thought that it's not just diamond which we're going to exchange. This is the beautiful seva which we are seeking for. It would be something. Narottam Das Thakur is crying in the deep separation and asking, when there will be the day when I can openly declare Radha Krishna Pran Mora Yugal Kishore. You are mine. I have declared many times to many things that they are mine. But what happened ultimately? Unsatisfaction, tears, pain, sorrows, worries, death, suicide, depression, tension. That's it. But I'm just looking for that day without any shame, without any social pressure. I can just openly declare Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yuga. I'm looking for that day. Kalindir kule keli kodam bher bana ratana vidhir upar basavu. After you have your Bihar Ras dance, I can make you sit on the bank of Yamuna ji, under the Kadamba tree, Ratana Vedira Upar, on a beautiful asan made up of gold string, a very comfortable, soft. I can make you sit. Sham Gauri Ange Diva Chanda Nera Gandha. When there would be a day, I will make myself a beautiful tilak, chandan, and put on the forehead of both of Priya from my own. Chamara dolavo kabe heri mukha. After putting this beautiful chandan, I'm standing there and holding chamar, that fan, handmade fan. Chamara dulavu kabe heri mukha. I'm smiling and staring at their beautiful faces. And chamar seva karne ka saubhagya. Gathiya malatir mala diyo duhar dole adhar tuliya divo korpurata. I will make the beautiful garland from my own hand. And because of their bihar, they might have forget their garland which Vrishabhan and Nanda gave them somewhere in the forest of Vrindavan. I can make similar garland so then they can be saved. Nobody will have suspicion on them. Offer those beautiful garland on Priya Priyatam. Adhar tuliya divo korpuratam. I will make tambul pan from my own hand. First, give to Radharani, and she is biting it, and then whatever is left, then I am giving to Lord Thakurji to take whatever is left, and then afterwards whatever is left and on my fingers, I am licking that. Gathiya mala tira mala divo duhara gori adhar tuliya divo korpuratam. Lalita Vishakha Adi Jata Sakhi Vrinda. All these associates of Radharani, Lalita and Vishakha, if they will allow me, then I can just sit there and from one side hold the feet of Sri Radha and then Sri Krishna and Lalita, Vishakha, the Jatasakhi Vrinda, Agyaya Karibo Seva Charana. If they will order me, and because of their blessing, I don't have that qualification to massage the beautiful, beautiful love. Priyati, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasir and Das, in the parampara of Sri Chaitanya Rasa Prema Bhava Rasa Murti, I am desiring. We are not talking about desirelessness. Our desires are so cheap. I'm not talking about desirelessness. Nobody is saying about desirelessness. Have desire, but according to your standard, not the cheap desires. On these tiny things. Have desire, but something beautiful. Narottam saying, I am desiring. I'm not saying that I can be sthita pragya. I can be all those who are free from desires. I'm the most fallen soul who have all the desire. But what is my desire? That when I will have that day, that when I can serve Him, that is something which you can achieve. You would be there. Krishna is saying, Nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamatah param. See, I am the lover of them. Whatever I can take out from this Gita is love. Biggest fool here, I'm telling you, I'm not the intellectual who can bring out intellect meanings from this revolutionary book. What I experienced from these 17 verses is why Krishna is speaking? Because of love. Why Arjuna is listening? Because of love. It's all about love. What is dharma? It's love. It is love. You have done all the Shraddha karmas, all the acharan, all the Ashtanga yoga, but if you do not have love, everything is waste. Ultimate thing is love. Love is like a perfume. You put that perfume for someone specific, but anyone can smell the fragrance of love. I'll put that fragrance of love for that Priya Priyatam, but the fragrance of my love, anybody can smell the same. This book is even inspiring you to love, not just that drop is not going to merge into the ocean. Nachaiva na bhavishyam sarve vayamatah param. Arjun, I will be there, you will be there. I was there, you was there. I am here, you are here. You was something, I was something. That's why I am now and you are now. I'm telling you, you are listening to me. But what I'm saying, if you will practice, there would be a day. You will be there. I am there both the sides. Kartum akartum anyatha kartum samartha iti Ishvara. Whom we call Ishvara. Kartum, what we can do, he can do. Akartum, what we can't do, he can still do. Kartum akartum anyatha kartum. What we even can't imagine, he can also do that. Samartha iti Ishvara, iti Brahma. I will be here, I will be there. Now, it is your decision. It is your present karma. You want to be here with me or you want to be there with me? Here I am a little difficult because there are more attractions. There are more options. There are more options. I am there, but in the form of Paramatma. I am here in the form of Paramatma, but I will be there in the form of Priyatam. You just want Paramatma or you want Priyatam? Gopis of Vrindavan say, Krishna, you know, तुम कम से कम क्या हो तुम जानते हो नहीं? तुम कम से कम क्या हो? तुम्हें मालूम है? ठाकुर बोला क्या हो तुम कम से कम? तो क्या हो? बोले तुम कम से कम परमात्मा। गोपी बोली शास्त्र तो कहता है कि मैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा परमात्मा। शास्त्रों को छोड़ो, मैं बताती हूँ। शास्त्र मेरे यहाँ गैया बन के गैया चरा, हमारे घास खाते हैं। मेरे से पूछ रहे हो, मैं बताती हूँ। तुम जानते हो कम से कम क्या हो? बोले कम से कम तुम परमात्मा हो। और फिर ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या हो? बोले ज्यादा से ज्यादा मेरे प्रिय। He is here, but परमात्मा। Just like this chandelier is here. This chandelier would be incomplete if it doesn't have that bulb. This chandelier must be costing $500, but that bulb must be costing $5. Sometime in many chandeliers, this is a different style, but in other chandeliers, we might not be able to see the bulb also. But without the bulb, this chandelier is useless. You bought $500 chandelier, but it is useless if you are not having $5 bulb. There's one more thing which is invisible here. That is that electric wire. If you have bulb, if you have chandelier, that electric, if you don't have that electric wire, everything is useless. If you have electric wire, if you have bulb, if you don't have chandelier, still you have everything. This is just the decoration. Utility is of light only. A bulb and electric wire will satisfy your need. This chandelier is just a decoration, which we can see. We saw the chandelier, we even can't see the bulb. But a bulb and an electricity is complete. Similarly, this chandelier is like a bulb. It isn't complete without soul and supreme soul. This body is like a chandelier. What is bulb? Soul. And what is the electric wire? We all having Paramatma. That Paramatma is enlightening soul, and that soul is enlightening body. If the body has soul, everybody loves it. Everybody wants to keep it. If soul leaves the body, it starts smelling. The house where you lived for 50 years, family members are not even allowing for one night. Oh, take this body. First, he was a brother, he was a father, he was a husband. Now, a dead body. पहले ये भाई था, पहले ये बंधु था, ये बांधव था, अब केवल मृत शरीर है। मृत शरीर। Just Paramatma or Priyatama. We need to look for it. He is here too. We can't say he is not here. He created everything, and what he has created himself. That is Sankhya Sutra. Abhigya. Sankhya is saying Nimitta and Upadana Karana. For example, if you are cooking something, if a cook is making laddus, then what is Upadana? Ghee, flour, fire. What is this? This is Upadana. And who is Nimitta? The cook who is making it. So Nimitta and Upadana are two different things. But when it comes to God, who is creating? God. And what is created? God. Who is creating? Lord. And what is all around? In a form of Paramatma. Lord. Both the things, Nimitta and Upadana is same. But my question is, Krishna is saying, Nachaiva na bhavishyam sarve vayamatah param. Krishna is saying, I will be there, you will be there. But my question is, you want to be there with him? You want to be there with Paramatma, or you want to be there with Krishna? If it's just with Paramatma, he's not going to stop you with everything. You can still kill anybody, or you can still love anybody. You will still. Paramatma is in everything, but very inactive form. Electric wire is there. If it's your wish, you want to put a bulb or you want to put a fan. But if there would be Priyatam, then the bliss is something else. Nachaiva Vishmaya, Nachaiva na bhavishyam sarve vayamataha param. I tried to bring in Sankhya Yoga, some Bhakti Yoga. What I have said, that's the essence of 12th chapter. That's the essence of 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Dehe nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara taha dehantaram praptir dhiras tattarnam vihati. Look at it, how much we love ourselves. शीशे के सामने खड़े हो जा, हटने का मन नहीं होता. शक्ल देखी ऐसा लगे, वाह क्या बैगन की तरह चिकना, एक दिन उसी बैगन का भरता बन गया. Krishna is saying, see, just like a kid become old. Dehe nasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. First you are a small child, then you are young, and now you are old. Similarly, this soul changes the body. In one body, as we change our appearances. Child looks very different. If you look yourself now, if you're 40-year-old, yeah. When you look at your own picture when you were 4-year-old, you will not recognize. Is it me? And now when you're 80-year-old, and when you look at your 40-year-old picture, you'll again surprise. Is it me? And at 80 years of age, when you look at your 4-year-old picture, you will have a heart attack. Was that really me? In one body, as we are changing our appearances, similarly, the soul changes its appearances, its bodies. This is all temporary. This name is temporary. This surname is temporary. This is all temporary. And look at it, how much we attach to this temple. If we go to India, for example, Mumbai, for 10 days, if you book a room in a hotel, will you ever attach to that hotel room? You know. After you have to pay for it, after 10 days you have to leave that hotel. You are a murak if you attach to that hotel. Real murak in your whole life. If you are crying, have you ever seen in your life somebody crying? Why? Amataji is crying. Why? You know, I have to leave this hotel room. You can cry if you have to leave your house. Yeah. You can see many people, if they have to leave their house, they are crying, they are sad, they are disappointed. Oh, I have to leave my house. But have you ever seen crying if they are leaving? If they are leaving the hotel room? Have you ever seen, I'm giving you a few perspectives, understand very carefully. If you go to a hotel room, do you ever cry? Do you ever cry? You feel happy. Very good. I have a bad one. If you are traveling a lot, you actually look for a hotel. And when you leave, do you cry? Actually, you feel happy. Oh, I'm leaving the room, I'm going back to my house. I'll go back to my home. I'm going back to Detroit, my place. This body is not the house. It is a hotel room. We know it is temporary. That's why when we take birth, we cry. Have you ever seen a smiling baby? Except Krishna. He smiled when he took birth. Do we? Even if we are not crying, nurses force us to cry. They have to cry. If they are not crying, they are a normal baby. You have to cry. You are a fool if you are attached to a hotel room, your temporary residence. And look at us, how attached we are with us. Attachment is the biggest problem. Use it. Use it. You're paying $1,000 a day for your hotel room, you use it. A beautiful hotel room, having even such a nice jacuzzi, having such a nice steam bath, sauna bar in your own room, a beautiful indoor pool you're having, a nice lounge with a TV, having 3D facility, a beautiful king-size bed, everything is there. There's a small corner for kids' room, a beautiful suite you're having. You are paying $1,000 for it. You will want to use it. I'll take sauna bath, steam bath, jacuzzi, that's why you booked it. Use it. You're not going to keep it clean. Oh, I shouldn't take our pay. It's a hotel room. They're going to maintain it. They have given you and they will take it. When the Jivatma came to this planet, Pancha Tattva gave you this festival. And they will take it back. Manager gave you the hotel room and he will take it back. Similarly, this Pancha Tattva, fire, earth, air, they all Pancha Tattva, this earth, this material world, gave you this room, gave Jivatma this room to stay. And then one day, he has to take it back. They will take it back. But they give you an excellent suite. I'm telling you. The best suite. Another thing. Sometimes offers look good from outside. But when we actually block and buy that offer, then you understand how cheeky they are. For example, I was just traveling in California. So somebody booked me with the airline. Okay, I have no fear. I can take the name, Spirit Airline. Okay, and that was so cheap. Everybody said, Maharaji, it is so cheap. Just book it. I said, okay, let's book it. Offer looks amazing. But when I went to the airport, even if you want to book your seat, $10 for one seat, $50 for your handbags, $100 for your one check-in bag. I had 2 handbags for $100, 2 seats, $20, 4 check-in bags, $400, $520 more, and I'm still in so much grief, I'm telling you. And even they destroyed my suitcase. I had to left it in California. I had to take from the family another suitcase. Broke my expenses, so I'm so much in pain. I said, I'll never travel with the Spirit Airline. There was a Spirit Airline spoiling my spirit also. Leaving Spirit Airline and not even facilitating my body. Offer looked amazing, but they're looting. Gita needs example. Whatever I live, I just try to figure out something. And I got this experience of mine is an example to a verse of the Gita. Offer of this body from this Pancha Tattva, from this material world, looks amazing to Jiva. Katha is from Bhagavatam. Puranjan loved Puranjani and her palace. Looked amazing, this offer looked amazing. We'll have senses will have pleasure. Looked amazing. But really, when we block this offer, then we know, because of just this material pleasure, how much we have spoiled. How bad destiny Jivatma created for herself. So now she has to go through this pain. Actually, Jivatma doesn't have pain, but body has the pain. But Jivatma has to step there. Something, a bird which can fly in the air, it is okay if you keep the bird in a big cage. She can still fly if it's a big cage, but still it's not an open sky. It is something like this. Dehanasman yatha dehe kaumanam yauvanam jara tatha dehantaram praptam hirastatra namayati. Krishna keep on explaining. Then he is talking such. Now he came to, already it is very late, so I will explain that tomorrow. But look how a Paramatma is glorifying Atma. It is like, you have seen many sons may glorify their parents, but it is very special for a son when his father glorifies. It is the achievement. I know, I have deeply experienced it. I had beautiful relationship with my father. He left in 2010, sadly, and you all have grief. And I'm telling you, it is my personal experience. I was only 22 years old. I gave father, it was just 10 days game. It was one verse who saved my life. I don't know why it came to me. And for those 13, 15 days, I have chanted that verse. Keep on repeating, even dreaming of that verse. I don't know how many times I have chanted that verse. That is from Gita. Vasans jirnani yatha. That verse saved my life. And I have that experience. He have trained me. And when, many times, whenever I used to speak, used to sit somewhere close to that hall or place, he never glorified, he never say, oh, you spoke very good. He used to tell other people, oh, yeah, he's speaking so good. And then they used to tell me sometime, and only once in my life I was in Canada. And I was speaking there, and he was sitting there. But that's the first time, there was a Vyasagadi and a sofa. He asked me to sit on Vyasagadi and he sat on a sofa. And that was very rare, like never happened. He was my guru also, so I wanted him to sit on Vyasagadi and I want to sit on sofa. He said, no, it is my order. And again the Shastra says, Guru Ragya Vicharaniya. If he ordered me, then how can I say no? I sat on Vyasagadi and I was sitting on sofa. He wanted me to speak. I will not speak today, you speak. And you know, when my father used to sit there, my tongue used to stick in my mouth. I can't even speak. My hand used to shiver. He was saying, how can I speak? But then I spoke, whatever. On Brahmastuti from Bhagavad. That's the one time when we stayed in the same house where I was speaking. So upstairs we went and in the room, he said, you spoke very good today. I didn't say anything. Then I went to my room. I can't tell you, I took out my mobile phone, put a very nice disco Bollywood music and danced on my bed. I'm telling you, that was the day I put a Bollywood music. What was that? I forget that song. I put a Bollywood song, some rocking, and I was dancing on my bed. Oh yeah, I've achieved today. So that day, then I was thinking, when can a father, he keeps on commenting something. I hate it. They have their own conversation sometimes. You think that I don't know anything from here? I know everything, even who's going back there, everything. So from the first day, there's some other katha which is going on. So it's okay. Here, a Paramatma is glorified. What a beautiful Nachayate Mriyate Vakadachan Nayam Bhutva Bhavita Vanabhuyam Ajo Nitvam Shashvatoyam Purano Nahanyate Hanyamane. Wow. Such a motivational verse. The soul never takes birth. No one can kill the soul. Najayate nabriyate vakadacha Nayam bhutva bhavita bhanu Ajo nitvam shashvato yam purana. It is immortal. It is from forever. Like me. Here I wanted to say. When father happily glorifies his son, what he says? It is a manusmriti. Atma vaijayate putra. Putra is the Atma of Pita. Putra resembles Pita. And Pita, what he says? Whenever a father talks to me, Maharaji, my son is just like. Or sometimes, Maharaj, people say, my son is even better than me. My son is even better than me. Krishna speaking. Ajo nityam shashvato yam purano nahanyate hanyamanesha. Nahanyate hanyamanesha. Like, nobody knows when God took birth. When the Supreme Soul, Paramatma, took birth. Similarly, the Son of Paramatma, Atma, took birth. Ajo nityam, it is like me. Ajo nityam shashvato yam purana nahanyate hanyamanesha. This beautiful verse came. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani granhati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirna nanyanti sanyanti namani. This verse saved my life. Just like every day we change our clothes, soul changes this body. We can explain as much as we want these beautiful verses. Nainam chandanti shastrani, nainam dahat pavaka, nachainam ke dayantyapu, nashoshayati maruta. Once, I have my small sister. She's 3 years younger too. So I was teaching her this verse. Once she was in a mood in her summer vacation. Please teach me some Bhagavad Gita. So I selected few verses for her to by heart. So I was once saying and then she was repeating and trying to by heart. Then when I picked this verse, Nainam chandanti shastrani, Nainam darat pavaka, Nachainam kledayantyapo nashoshayati maruta. I was explaining her this verse. Sometimes small kids ask such terrible questions, you even don't know how to answer it. She asked me, Bhaiya, that we are saying, Nachainam kledayantyapo nashoshayati maruta. कि हम इस आत्मा को गीला भी नहीं कर सकते, सुखा भी नहीं सकते. She asked me a logical question. गीला भी नहीं कर सकते, इसका मतलब सूखा होगा तभी तो गीला नहीं कर सकते. और हम कह रहे हैं सुखा नहीं सकते, मतलब गीला होगा तभी तो नहीं सुखा सकते. I said, why you asked me this question? Such a logical question. If we look from Kavya Drishti, literally, from the literature point of view, we can take this as a mistake. Because in Kavya Lakshan, it cannot happen. अगर मैं आपको सुखा नहीं सकता इसका मतलब आप गीले हो, गीले थे तभी तो नहीं सुखा सकता. अगर मैं कहूं कि आपको भिगा नहीं सकता तो आप सूखे हो तभी तो नहीं भिगा सकता. Then I was reading a few commentaries and I found the answer. Everything is there. Why Krishna want to say gila bhi nahi kar sakte, sukha bhi nahi sakte? Because Atma is aprakrit. It is not that stage. From both point of view, it is not prakritic that it was dry and we cannot make it wet. It was wet and we cannot make it dry. It is not wet, it is not dry. It is not both of it. It is not day, it is not night. For example, evening. What we call evening? A day? A night? No, it is evening. It is. You can't say evening a day also. You can't say evening a night also. And twice evenings. Evening when the day is finishing and night is coming. It is not a day and it is not the night. Similarly, it is not wet, it is not dry. It is a prakrit. But she asked me a very good question. Achedyoyam adayoyam akletyo shoshami evacha nityas sarvatasthanam achaloyam sanatana. Krishna is glorifying beautiful jatasya hi dhruva mrityur dhrubam janma mritasya cha tasmat aparihariyarthi nattam sujutam arhasi. Just like a tortoise, जैसे कछुआ अपने सारे अंगों को समेट लेता है। सॉरी, जातस्य ही ध्रुवं मृत्यु ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य तस्मात् अपरिहार्यार्थे न तुम सोचितुम अर्हसि। I looked at something else. You अद्यवाद्य सतां देवा मृत्युर्वै प्राणिनाम्। The one who have taken birth, they have to die. The one who is dying will definitely take birth. And now I said, birth, here, there, as a to the Paramatma, to the Creator. That is our wish. He's saying, Jatasya hi dhruvar mrityur dhruvam janmam tasya sya abdavabda satanteva mrityurvai praninam dhruva. Vasudev ji is saying in 10th canto, if you have taken birth, you will have to die. Mrityurvai praninam dhruva. कोई अपनी मौत को नहीं टाल सकता, मरना तो पड़ेगा ही। मृत्यु को नहीं टाला जा सकता, पर मृत्यु को सुधारा जा सकता। तुम रोते रोते पैदा हुए थे, जाने से पहले तो हंस लो। अभी रोता, पैदा भी रोते हुए हो, मर भी रोते ही रहे, मृत्यु भी रोते हुए। पत्नी का हाथ पकड़ रखा, सोचा है मेरे बिना तू कैसे रहेगी, फिर मुझे, हाय मेरे बिना तेरा कौन ध्यान रखे, फिर मुझे, हाय मेरे बिना तुझे कौन ध्यान रखे, फिर मुझे। पत्नी ने भी कहा, यार मर तो सही, जैसे रहना होगा जैसे मर्जी करना कर। तेरे को क्यों शोक हो रहा है अर्जुन? देन अर्जुन ने प्रश्न किया दूसरे अध्याय के अद्भुततम श्लोक में। ये बड़ी अद्भुत चर्चा आकर के शुरू हुई। व्यवसायत्मका बुद्धि रेके है कुरुनंदन। अर्जुन पूछता, स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समासस्तस्य केशव स्थितिधि किम प्रभाषेत किमासीत प्रचेत किम। एक स्थिर बुद्धि वाले का प्रश्न है। द्वितीय स्कंद में काफी श्लोकों को छोड़ के आगे चला हूं, क्योंकि सेकंड चैप्टर की एक विशेष कन्वर्सेशन है। In 2 minutes, I know it is late, but we just have 2 more days left. So, just a very important conversation. Question in 1 shlok and answer in 1 shlok, and then we'll stop. We'll meet tomorrow. So, स्थित प्रज्ञस्य का भाषा, एक स्थित बुद्धि वाले का, स्टेबल माइंड, अ डिसीजनल माइंड। Who are they? स्थित प्रज्ञ कौन है? We are always changing. One day we are something, tomorrow we are something. Not the decisional mind. Seasonal mind. Not decisional mind. Seasonal. We keep on changing. Today we want something, tomorrow we want something. How a Sthita Prajna walk? How a Sthita Prajna sleep? How they talk? It is not like us. It may be, it look like us, but it is more elevated than us. Sthita Buddhi wala kaisa hota hai? Krishna vacha, Shri Bhagavan vacha. प्रजहात यदा कामान सर्वान पार्थमनोगतान आत्मन्येवात्मनः तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तु। A person who leaves all the desires. I would hear Chakravarti says desirelessness is impossible, but a useless desire and a useful desire. If a student do not have desire to study, then if I do not have desire to speak, if I will be speaking with no desire, my desire is I want to speak in such a way so I can make you understand. If you don't want, if you are not having any desire to understand such philosophy, then you must be sleeping here. What Maharaj is talking about, don't know. All are going bouncers. And you will enjoy your sleep here, I'm telling you. One Mataji has said, Maharaj, you speak awesome. I said, really? What do you like? I said, I've been treating from last 10 years, but you know, it is not cured. But as soon as you start speaking, when you do arti, then only I think so. A desire need to be there, but I use less desire. And now, what is useless desires and what is useful desire? How you will decide it, and for that you need wisdom. Wisdom is Siddha Pragyata. What need to be, what you need to leave and what you need to achieve. छोड़ने से पहले ये देखना तो पड़ेगा, पकड़ोगे कैसे? तब तो छोड़ पाओगे. छोटे घर को छोड़ दोगे अगर बड़ा घर मिल रहा हो. आज मारुति में घूम रहे हो, साइकिल को दे रहा होगा तो मारुति छोड़ोगे. और अगर मर्सिडीज कहीं से मिल रहे होगे तो 1 मिनट नहीं लगेगा मारुति. That is the fact. तो प्रजहाति यदा कामान सर्वान पार्थ मनोगतान आत्मन निर्वात मनः दुष्टस्थ प्रत्यस्तदुच्यते. Who is a decisional minded personality? A person who is not desiring for useless. Look at us. We desire for everything. For every tiny thing. If we see the temple, oh, it would be so nice if I will be owning this temple. If we see the car, it would be so nice if I will have that car. Even if you would be seeing me here, many must have been desiring, it would be so nice if I would be sitting here. Many might be having that desire. These many people would be listening to me and I would be sitting here. It's so tremendously nice. Huh? For everything. If we go to somebody's bathroom also, we desire for some things they have in there. If I would be having a mirror like this, if I would be having a seat like this, look at it, huh? For everything, whatever we see, automatically, we are not deciding anything. It's not that we are preparing it, it just happens. We are so used to it, whatever we see, it just comes. Are you thinking that, okay, we should desire, we shouldn't desire? It just happens. It just happens. Whatever you see, anything, if I would be having that. If you say I'm playing djembe, many must be saying, oh, if it would be so nice, I would be playing it too. It's just naturally coming up. Naturally. If those who are sitting on the chair, they want to sit, they're thinking, if we will be sitting on the ground, we'll be on the front. Those who are sitting on the ground, they are desiring for the chair. It is so long. It would be so nice if I had a chair. Chair, people must be thinking about sofas. Sofa, people must be thinking about beds. Just naturally. Those who are sitting on these hard chairs, just for a second, meditate on sofa, you will love it. Oh, how cozy sofas are. 3 years, even I won't realize that I'm sitting here for 3 years. That is automatically happening inside us. The day when automatically it is changed. Even if somebody is trying to show you, it's just so easy to say. It's so easy to say yes, but we need to decide to say no. Desire. That stage. When that stage, how that stage would come? With the practice. Abhyasin tudat. Everything needs practice. Then that stage will come. Krishna is explaining so many sthitis about this sthita pragya. He said one very beautiful thing. Whenever we think about anything, see how desires are connected. If we think about something which naturally comes, ध्यायते ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषूपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. This is the sequence, this is the crumb. When we think about something, then we desire about it. Even a step before desire. We are thinking about something. Why we are thinking? Because we are not satisfied. If we are thinking, then we will desire for it. And then if that desire, then we attach to that desire. And then if the desire is not fulfilled, then we are angry. Then we are feeling irritated. With that irritation, we lose our consciousness, wisdom. We lose our decisional absent-minded consciousness, decisional consciousness, we get confused. Should we have it? Shouldn't we have it? और गुरु जी कहते हैं जो कंफ्यूज होता है वो फ्यूज हो जाता है. पहले वो फ्यूज होता है फिर दुनिया से एक्सक्यूज करता है. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोह, सम्मोह स्मृति विभ्रम. Then you are confused. Your smriti will get confused. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nash. Because of that smriti vibhrama, your consciousness will be destroyed. And then everything will be destroyed. What is a human body? That consciousness. Just 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears? No. What is this? What is the spiritual difference between an animal and a human? Animal is one who is totally unconscious. And human are those who has opportunity to be conscious. Opportunity to be conscious. This is the difference. Krishna is talking about it. Beautiful sequence he have explained. And keep on going very nicely. Vihaya kamanya sarvan punshans charatis nispriha nirmamo nirahankara sashantim adhigacchati. Ataha, the one who will leave all kind of attachment, egos and desires from this material world will attain peace. Peace is the achievement of life. So just leave all this attachment and get ready to fight with them. Such a motivational speech from Sankhya Yoga in the 2nd chapter of the Krishna Gita. With this verses, 2nd chapter is reaching to the end. Now we have 2 more days left. I might jump now because if we continue the 3rd chapter, then I don't know where we will reach. So I will think, I'm not deciding, let it be a suspense for all of you. I will think what we're going to pick. Maybe 12th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga, maybe 15th chapter, which is Jnana Yoga, or maybe we have done the starting, or in next 2 days we might do the ending. The 18th chapter, which is the longest chapter, the 18th chapter, and the middle thing I will leave for some other time. Let's see what happens. It is already very late. Thank you for sitting with so much patience, listening to my boring lecture. Just wait for a minute. Just 1 minute. So, just okay. Thanking all of you. So nice. You have been sitting from this is already 10 past 9. So nice coming here. I'm so obliged. And you all need to be obliged. Thank you.